Hey guys, Major Dodo here with part 4, the last of the starting survivors Kingdom Death Assembly Guide. So this is Ezra. She is survivor number D on the sprue. I have marked it with green marker. This is more for my own benefit, but hopefully it'll let you see exactly where on the sprue I'm cutting. But as I said, it's mainly just so I can see where the parts are. So 1, 2, she is fairly simple. It's not too bad, not as bad as Lucy is. So as usual, just cutting them out with a pair of side cutters, plastic clippers, or nippers as they are known in Japan, as I found one day watching anime. Fun fact, there is a pair of nippers called the Kotobukiya God Hand. These are not those. Those nippers slash clippers slash plastic cutters go for around $100 US. They are supposed to be the creme de la creme, the ultimate, the best, most precise, most amazing clippers you can get. Holy crap. Who spends that much money on a pair of side cutters? I don't know if I ever got... Okay, so I had been tempted multiple times to kind of save up and do a review. Just get one of these and just like, alright, cool, so here it is. Let's see if it is any better at all than cheap ones. But I just couldn't justify it, not for like $100. Alright, so just carefully cleaning and scraping. So here, where there was a piece of sprue mark, I've cut it off and then I've scraped it just to smooth it over. Now if you're really concerned, you can get yourself some abrasive paper like this stuff. It's like sandpaper, super smooth sandpaper. I've been told by several people, go to Bunnings, get it. Hardware store, they've got some, and I'm like, I don't know. I got this. It's a pack from Tamiya as well. Abrasives, finishing abrasives. It's called. $7 in this case for a few different grains. So whatever you find, anyway, you can use that to finish off that surface if you're really worried about smooth skin. Although, you know, it's funny because real skin isn't smooth, obviously, but people are kind of obsessed with making it as smooth as possible when they do miniatures, depending on whether they're going for realism or not. I prefer to do it as a challenge. I want everything to be as smooth as possible. Because I guess at that far away as well, you wouldn't be able to see the imperfections in the skin as much. Now on larger models, it's a different matter. Painting the larger scale stuff, where you actually have to go in and manually paint in each individual skin imperfection. That's a whole art in and of itself. So just cleaning up, looking for mold lines as usual, pretty simple. Right. Cool. As I said, just kind of checking, scraping, making sure we get everything as clean as possible. Try not to take too much away. Yeah, I can cut that bit off. Just double checking it wasn't a sculpted tab that we're supposed to leave there. I mean, it's generally not the end of the world if you do stuff up like that, but better to be safe than sorry. Alrighty, so I'm going to start with the leg, I think, just because I know I've got to stick a piece over the top of it. So I want that dry. But I will check in case we put this piece of skirt first to help form a bracket. No. This is weird, like, just goes out at an odd angle. Alright, so plastic glue, wipe off the excess. As I said, a little bit's not too bad as it will seep up and help smooth the joints, but you don't want too much because that'll leave these ugly welts that you'll have to try and smooth down later. Right, so avoiding that leg we've just glued. Which side do you go on? Now, if I remember, you have a very closed pose from one side. So this goes like that, like this kind of angle. It will just kind of sit in there. I'd zoom in, but it literally just sits in there. It'll if it does not sit in there flush, you haven't got it at the right angle. It's that simple. It's not a rocket science one. Just dab a little bit in. Now, if you have the extra thin with a smaller brush, I'd probably swap to that. I'm being slightly rushed here, but also I know I've got the tissue here to grab the excess off. But if you're really worried, then yeah, switch to a smaller brush. It is one of the few advantages of the needle applicators, I guess, but generally I prefer the brush. Now, for this part, it goes, where are we? It goes down here, and she holds this across her breast, like so, and I won't even be juvenile and giggle at saying breast much. So it'll sit like this. I'll zoom in for this one a little bit. I don't want to zoom in too much because I'm more prone to going off camera when I do it, because that's how professional I am. None of that fancy video editing and zoomed in great stuff. No, just pure basement hobo-ness. Except not in a basement. And I actually have a house. I guess if you had a basement, you wouldn't be a hobo, because you'd have a house. Or at least a basement. I mean, it's got walls. It's got a roof. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. So sometimes people are going to watch this just for the inane babble that comes out of my mouth while I put these things together. I'm pretty sure that's why people watch my stream. Which, you know, clever segue. Oh, if I can fucking do this on the fucking camera for you, that would be good. There we go. There's a little bit of when you squint at the model, you can see kind of where you're putting it together. There is actually a little piece of her arm sculpted coming out of her hair, so you do know where it needs to meet up. She'll be holding it kind of like that. Now the last piece is this cloth that goes in at an angle, and again it should sit flush. Should being the operative word, as always. Glue, like many things, will... I was going to say the glue will help lubricate it. I know that sounds like a paradox, but until it dries, it will, you know, when it first goes in, it will lubricate the tab. Giggity-goo. First breast, now lubricating tabs. This video is all of the maturity. Shit. Absolutely all of it. Like 100% maturity levels. They're astounding. They're amazing. Yeah, that looks about right. Look at it from every angle. Sits there. It's really weird. It's like this just suddenly get a wind blow up her undergarments. Apparently. So, get the last base. Apply plastic glue to the feet. I'm actually going to have to get a set of these for myself. off the aftermarket because I'm not happy with the job I did on my starting survivors and lion. I mean, I don't like the lion model much, but my starting survivors I want to redo. I'd rather just start from scratch with a new set. Then go back and like strip and redo. So just lining her up about so. As I said before, if you are really worried, you can brace the models. So like I do it like this, make sure the lid is very tight, and you can sit her like that. And that way so whatever angle that she would normally lean towards, it just holds it up. But there you go. Survivor number 4, Ezra, done. That's 4 survivors and a lion, ready to be prepped up and painted. See how we go. I don't know yet. I don't know, might record the lion prep as a Patreon video since I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be doing. Or we may do that on stream and edit it back. We'll see. Keep your eye out. Click subscribe. Do it. Please. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've learned something. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'll try and remember to throw a link to the official assembling guide. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.